Actually, we just did this actually. So that's one of our things that we just started. So everything that's seasonal will go on this table here. So here we have our apple crisp, our peppermint that we had for Christmas, and then caramel apple and our peach.
Nice.
So the peach we actually made for the Peach Festival.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So this will be our third year in the Peach Festival. So we came up with that, and it's a pretty big hit.
So do you guys, is it like you just make X amount and that's it for the season? Like you won't make more, or will you continually make more through the season? And then you'll just...
No, we'll make it. There's going to be periods of time, and we just had a meeting on that the other day when we were sitting here talking about that. We're going to actually have periods of time when our seasonal popcorn is going to be available, and we'll let our customers know, you know, the period of time. But we'll make it up and until, you know, like the peppermint that was actually for Christmas, and we actually extended that into Valentine's Day because.
Oh, that's perfect.
And we listen to our customers too, so it's like, hey, you can't, like, for instance, chocolate covered cherry.
Right.
That typically is a Christmas flavor.
Okay.
That's our second best seller.
Is it really?
Yeah. So
Where is it?
Right here.
It's your second best.
Second best seller.
Oh wow.
So that is an all year flavor.
Okay.
And that's because we listen to our customers.
Exactly. So you have to listen to your customers.
You have to listen to your customers.
The Valentine's Day begat the chocolate covered cherry. Is that correct? A holiday begat that, and then you kept it from that?
Yeah, chocolate covered cherry. I invented that because that's my favorite candy at Christmas time. It's my all-time favorite.
Oh, well,
candy.
so that was made for Christmas.
Yes, that was made for Christmas. Right.
Okay.
The peppermint was made for Christmas, and then we rolled that into Valentine's Day.
Okay, yeah, and we just said that, right?
So yeah, the chocolate covered cherry, I invented that one because, like I said, it is my favorite candy.
Right.
And when I invented it for Christmas, it would just fly off the shelves. And then when we tried to discontinue it, saying, hey, we're not going to have this.
People get mad.
People were like, you can't do that.
Yeah, I'm not coming here then.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Well, they get angry. They get have the best second thing, and there's something else in here, but they're not coming here because you don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to listen.
That's our second best.
Awesome.
All right, and our best seller is our peanut butter cup.
It is.
Which tastes just like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Did that take, so when we were talking about this, the viscosity of the drizzle or the dip not ruining the kernel or the pop, like that's a whole thing.
It's a process. So we pop the popcorn.
Right.
And then after we're done popping the popcorn, we'll coat it. We have a coating that we put on it. And then with the peanut butter, there's another two-step process that we do with the peanut butter, and then we drizzle it.
Gotcha.
So there's like a 5-step process with all of these, especially the ones like the peanut butter cup or the chocolate covered cherry, the chocolate crunch. It's a process. And that process takes time, it takes energy, it's an investment on your side and all of that time and the money and the product that's wasted. Absolutely. Developing all of that. Right. And so do you have these organized in any way by popularity, or is it just kind of, No, just it looks nice like this. Yeah, it does. Right. It does, actually. Yeah. It just looks. Now, so when you make these, these are made on what, weekly basis, pretty much? Oh, we're daily. Daily. We're making stuff daily. This stuff doesn't. It doesn't stay long enough, right? No. I just heard you back here, and I was like, I gotta get some of this. It's just kind of ended. So you can get one more. You'll have one more batch. It'll come out. It comes out fast. I mean, it looks great as it is. Now, this is just a straight popper. Like, nothing comes into this as far as coatings or anything. That all happens over there. Oh, yeah, that's all right. Oh, sure. And are the kernels always popped to the same consistency, or are there different? If you're gonna coat it with something else. No, all this is all the same. Okay, so it always starts with this. Yep. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's awesome. So that's total product control right there. Yeah, right? It filters everything out. Now I gotta put this in here.
So the value of this machine is its consistency, right? I mean, that's like, so it pops uniformly. The kernels always stay the same type of hardness, that type of thing.
Right.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, it'll pop it all the same, like, size.
Right.
Like, it's really, like, more of like a, it's not the butterfly popcorn.
Right.
It's like,
it's called mushroom. Is it mushroom?
Yeah, it's mushroom.
Yeah. And then how long does it take? About 5 minutes or so? It already sounds like it's popping.
Yeah, it'll be coming out in the next 30 seconds. It'll start popping, and once it gets to a certain point, this will lift up.
Okay.
And then it'll all come up by itself.
Gotcha.
I'll let you get in there.
Now, does everybody know how to do this, or is this your particular job?
Actually, no, I think everyone knows how to do it.
And then on a typical day, like, is there an amount where you make this like morning till night? Are there some days where you're just in here for hours and hours?
Yeah, well, if it's a busy day, like during the summer, we're real busy. Right. So, we spend like 2 or 3 hours just like in a row.
Right. The guy who made this, you can see, like, it's just like, it's popping perfectly. Right. And they look beautiful, actually, coming out of there. There's like a nice browning to it. And I see you can set the temperature. It's all customizable, right? That's a lot of popcorn. Holy cow. And this is there a reason that, I mean, you don't see these machines like at a movie theater. I mean, this is for high-end, customized.
Yeah, this is for like the maximum amount of popcorn you can make at one time. Like movie theaters, they'll have a couple of they're more of like immediate, like you pop it and then you sell it.
Right.
But here we need like a bunch of the same kind and
constantly and consistently. Right?
Yeah, and then we have to make different kinds with each kind.
Wow. Awesome. I'm gonna get really up close to it. All right.
So here I'm just getting all the smaller kernels out.
Right.
And they'll just filter right through these holes. And then all the bigger popcorn will be left over.
So what's this one? What's the difference between the two of them?
This one's the caramelizer.
Oh, wow.
So we take the finished product of the popcorn here, and then you put that in, and then all the ingredients, secret ingredients that we have for the caramel corn and the candied corn and stuff, that all goes into here. And then we'll mix it and stir it around, and then once it's ready, we dump it out into this tray here. And then once it's dumped, it's really hot, so you have to like spread it all out really nice so that it doesn't clump up together.
Right. Wow. All right.
So we actually have a running list of how many flavors or different flavors that we actually are going to be producing, and right now we do have over 100.
Yeah, you said that's your goal.
Yeah.
Right.
And now we have all the ideas.
Yeah.
It's great.
And now you got to implement them and figure out which ones are going to be the ones that work.
And one of the one of the crazy ones was beef on weck.
Oh my god.
So it's like, man, that'd be like a really cool. Isn't that cool how you got to think of that?
It'd be like a Worcestershire sauce because you couldn't do meat, obviously, on popcorn. So like you can't do like a meat drizzle.
But you just have to have the flavor.
It's a gravy meat. Almost like type of thing. Like you know what I mean? Like maybe like that would be. It sounds crazy, but that would be awesome.
It'd be awesome
to eat. Yeah. Because you can nail that flavor profile. Yeah. Right. And it would be fun trying to come up with.
How awesome is that?
Yeah. That would be cool.
And that is the whole fun of it.
Right.
Where you're actually just.
Well, because you got to get the roll. You can't just have the meat. It's like this whole like salty rye, whatever. How do you get the roll flavor? How do you get the gravy flavor?
Isn't that cool?
It's like the everlasting gobstopper, which is like it's blueberry, and then it's like So you'd have to get that layering flavor when that initial bite.
And it's all got to be, and that's this thing that we do with our flavors. We try not to have stuff too strong and weak. It's got to be just right, just in the middle.
Because if it's too strong, it kills it.
Yeah.
If it's too weak, it kills it.
It's weak.
So you want to replicate. Yeah. And it's got to be fun for people.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, listening to them come over here and taste all the flavors on the tasting table is the best, because you're over there at the counter and they're over here tasting these things, and we have a grilled cheeseburger flavor. So, during the festivals, this is a fun one. So, we have people, we just mess around with people. It's like, okay, now imagine you close your eyes, imagine yourself that you're on your patio and you're grilling and it's cold outside, like Ellicottville, for instance, it's chilly outside. So we get them back to the warm weather, and now pop one of these kernels in there and you're going to taste the grill taste. And darn it all, it tastes like a grilled cheeseburger. It's funny.
Yeah, but if you got a grilled cheeseburger, then you can do the beef on whack.
Yeah,
because I would imagine, is that your first meat?
Yeah, but it's more of a grill taste.
Yeah. But I mean, that's all you need when you're eating the grilled meat. It's that flavor that you're looking for.
Yeah, it's that grilled. Yeah.
So
it's like your chicken wings.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So this table is a real important component of your business.
Oh, this is it. This is, it's the try before you buy, and this here, it holds us accountable, really, too, because, if we weren't, if we didn't really take pride in our product and really put out a good product, why would you want it sitting out here for people to eat? Right? So we are really passionate about whatever flavor we put out, it tastes like it.
Right.
For instance, like our chocolate covered cherry, like our peanut butter cup.
Right.
We have a pizza one. Pizza was really hard to hit.
I can only imagine. Well, because pizza is a lot of these flavors that you're tackling, these aren't easy flavors.
Yeah.
When you go into a snack aisle, it's pretty basic stuff.
Right.
This is not basic.
And that's what we wanted. We wanted something that was difficult to tackle, and because, obviously if it was easy, everybody would do it, right?
Yep. And at the end of the day, this is why you're creating your name.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at flavors I've never seen before. I'm sure there's high-end somewhere in the internet, but you're talking local. You're also hitting local favorites here as well. So you're talking to your market. Mm-hmm. And these are complex flavor combinations that you're trying to get.
That's right.
So, and it's true. You're saying, I'm confident enough in this product that you can come over here, try it, and you'll fall in love with it.
We know it.
Yeah. And that's no different than your buddies trying it.
That's right. Exactly. So, people will eat something like, for instance, like bacon. If you eat bacon and you don't like this bacon, it's because you don't like bacon. Well, of course you're not going to like bacon.
It has nothing to do with the popcorn.
That's right.
Right.
So if you love peanut butter, we are going to guarantee you are going to love our peanut butter crunch.
And so do you have every flavor represented here?
Yep. So every flavor's here, and then we have our Carolina Reaper pepper over there.
So, and that's worth mentioning that you can't, it's not just a sampling of what you have on offer. This is the whole shot.
Yes.
So at any time that you're open, you can come in, try them all. Cleanse your palate after a couple.
Stay here for 2 hours.
Try them, and it's worth it for that alone, because you will find favorites in here, right?
Yeah. And this here is like, you picture like your kitchen table.
It's your wine bar. It's your tasting room.
Well, I look at it like this, especially when family members come in here, because it's fun to watch people. So if you have a bunch of family come in here, say 5 or 6 people in here, you're going to get 3 people on that side of the table and 3 people over here. It's like their kitchen table, and they're sitting there eating stuff, and they're laughing, and they're having fun.
Right.
It is the most enjoyable thing for us to watch in here. It's awesome.
Super satisfying, because that's the point of your entire business.
That's absolutely
right. You're providing conversation pieces. People are remembering certain flavors. They've never had this flavor before. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is. I'm sure you get. This is the best I've ever had. A lot from over here.
And to listen to that is so gratifying.
Yeah, it is, and that is why you do it. And it's the proof in the pudding that you're making a high quality product here. Because you don't see this. It'd be like going into a restaurant. Before you order your meal, they bring over samples of each dish.
Yeah.
That's, a lot of places wouldn't do that.
Absolutely.
Because they're not going to eat here,
Yeah.
So I love this. And when I first came in and Carla showed me this, I've never seen this. I don't know it anywhere where you're, saying, hey, look, this is good stuff. try some before you buy it.
Right.
And then you'll buy with confidence.
That's right. That's right.
And that's what you want.
Absolutely.
So now your all-time number one product is the cherry. Is that your second, you said?
That's our second. So
what's
peanut
your
butter
first?
crunch.
The peanut butter crunch, and you had said that, right?
Yep.
And that was early on, though, for you, you said, right? That was because you told me that you were doing that at home. You were trying to get that recipe correct.
Yep.
So, thank you. Perfect. And so that's got to have the biggest audience. Obviously, it's your number one seller. Number two is your chocolate covered cherry. What's your number three? Is it in order here? Chocolate crunch?
No, actually, number three is our caramel cashew.
Oh God. Oh, yeah. Where are you going with that?
Yeah.
So that is recent, the chocolate covered cherry, correct? Within the last 2 years?
This was our this past Christmas was our second.
So that pretty much rocketed up to number two.
Yeah.
And then the caramel cashew is recent or older too?
Oh, that's like one of the first ones that we ever did.
So you did the peanut butter crunch. What were the first 3 or 4 that you came up with? It was the peanut butter, the caramel.
The caramels,
and then, or was it? Were you playing with the caramel?
Yeah, the caramel. The actual plain caramel was the first thing I ever did. So this was the first thing we ever did.
And so honestly, that's the most development time. But that had a lot to do with finding the right popcorn, getting the drizzle right, or the dip, or I don't know how you guys do this.
Everything. The coating. And the caramel recipe is our own recipe.
Gotcha.
So that was the other thing too. Is I just picked apart all this stuff and just kept throwing stuff into a pot until we got it down.
Right. I love it though, man.
Yeah.
It's the kitchen recipe, garage business.
It was a pot this tall and about that wide, which we're going to bring back actually. We're going to put it up on the wall. Yeah, we have some decorating stuff we're going to do this year. So we're actually, our popper that we started is down there. We're actually going to we're going to hang stuff from the ceiling because we're going to retire her pretty soon.
You are?
Yeah.
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 So I can see you've got so these caramels, were these all the first iterations, like the caramel cashew, caramel drizzle?
Yeah, right? Because caramel's the base.
Right.
So, so
you
caramel,
get that right.
And then you threw some nuts in it.
Right.
And then you threw some cashews in it. And then we decided, what the heck, let's start drizzling some with chocolate. Right. So this is our third best seller. This is our caramel drizzle.
Right.
So this is our caramel corn with white and milk chocolate drizzled all over it.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is number three.
And you're creating these cravings too with this. Then I think that's I know from a restaurant, people will drive. It's crazy sometimes. People drive like 50 miles for like a sandwich.
Yeah.
And they're like, I had to have one. I don't know.
We've had people drive here. And like Carla had mentioned earlier, we've had people all over the world come here. They don't come here just for this, right? They don't get on a plane. But we've had people come in from Orchard Park, West Seneca, even Niagara Falls is a little bit of a ride just to come here.
Wow. Well, but you are a destination because you can't get this anywhere.
Right, exactly.
And even if you could get caramel popcorn, which is very popular, you're not getting this. And you're creating these profiles. And it's probably the most important proprietary aspect of your business, regardless, because you did such a great job with the branding and the name's awesome. But at the end of the day, it's all about that experience with that kernel in my mouth, in my belly. It's got to be this great, beautiful experience.
Absolutely. And with the caramel corn, I ordered, I can't remember how much popcorn I ordered online. And even like locally, you go around.
You were trying everything.
Yeah, you try, but I wanted it to taste different. I didn't want it to taste like everybody else's.
Sure.
And we did it. Our caramel corn doesn't taste like everybody else's.
And that says a lot because that shows how much you care. Because that's got to be difficult. That'd be like trying to. Hamburgers and cheeseburgers are kind of the same, right?
Yeah.
How do you make a cheeseburger stand? I mean, it's hard. Everybody, you can get them within 10 feet of anywhere in this whole country.
Right. If
you're in a city, you can walk a couple blocks and get a cheeseburger or hamburger.
Right.
So you're doing the same thing with the caramel corn. Now I notice up top here, you've got these are real base flavors.
Yeah.
So orange, lemon, grape, root beer, cinnamon. Are they kind of candy-like?
They're candied. Yeah, it's all candy popcorn. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. So sugar base.
Yes.
And similar to the application of the caramel.
Similar application. Yeah, different recipe. Different. It's actually a different
Different process?
Yeah, it's a different process. Yeah.
But one that, again, is proprietary to what you guys do.
I think so, yeah.
Right, because you had to figure it all out.
I figured it out,
Right,
yes.
like in any other great entrepreneur.
Yes.
Salt and vinegar, you had said, was your second, right?
Salt and vinegar would be our number... This is our number one savory.
Right. But it was the one that you came up with after your caramel.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that's what Carla said, that was number 2.
Yes.
And I'm thinking still that's got to be difficult, right, to make.
Not anymore.
Not well. Now you got it down.
Yeah. It was because you had to do all your research. You had to do again. You don't want your popcorn to be soggy, but then it's got to be this. And it might sound corny, but there's this art and there's this balance of everything.
Right.
Of everything. Like we even pop our popcorn with coconut oil. So, there's that different little flavor even when you have our plain popcorn or lightly salted popcorn. There's just that different taste to it too.
Oh wow.
So.
But I mean the flavors. That's why I wanted to kind of come over here because we've got dill pickle, which I've never seen before. Buffalo wing, orange tastic, which it looks like there's chocolate on that too. So is it orange chocolate?
It's orange chocolate on our popcorn. It's so good.
Yeah, that's a good compliment kick. Right,
perfect.
Because you get that sweetness, you get that tang, and then you get that earthiness of the popcorn.
Yeah,
right. So it's really nice.
Very light.
Right.
Super good. Yeah.
And then buffalo cheddar. So we've got like a hot, saucy, right?
Actually,
with the cheese.
Right. So buffalo cheddar. Actually, Carla came up with this one. So we have our buffalo wing, which is Frank's Red Hot.
Oh, you use Frank's Red Hot?
Yeah. So it's Frank's Red Hot.
Okay.
On our popcorn. And then she loves cheese popcorn. Mm-hmm. So we were in the basement one night and we're just messing around, just throwing stuff together.
Right.
And she goes, what if we threw buffalo wing in with the cheese? And we can call it buffalo cheddar.
This is so like you being a kid in a way,
it's
right?
Awesome.
Yeah, because you're just like...
So we threw it together and this one here is like our cheese. This one's by far.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right. And then the buffalo style looks like there's a variant. What's the variant there? There's a 2 different style.
Yes. So this is kind of a spin-off of this here, but so you have to go back over here to our Chicago style. So Chicago style is pretty famous in Chicago.
Right.
So what it is, it's cheese popcorn and caramel popcorn together.
Wow.
And when you eat them together,
and you get this...
Yeah, you get this cheese caramel flavor together.
It's really a Chicago thing, which is why it's called Chicago style, which I've never would even think that would work. But it works.
It's good.
Yeah, well, it's sweet and savory.
Sweet and savory. Exactly.
All together. And it's this beautiful mix, I'm sure. Cheddar cheese is straight. You have your basic with a spin, I'm sure, because this is you guys making these.
Yeah, well, the cheddar is just basic. It's just plain cheddar, real cheddar cheese. It's not
that's a big difference.
It's not sprinkled on stuff.
Yeah.
This is pure cheese.
Oh, so it's beautiful.
Cheese. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Melts in your mouth.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. That's why people like the cheese, even the powdered stuff.
Right.
And this is another level of experience.
It is. It's not, we don't cheap out on anything.
No. We've established that 100%.
So the other thing too, so the spinoff of the Chicago, so when Carla came up with the buffalo cheddar, we're like, okay, well, we do Chicago style, so let's do buffalo style. Mm. So now it's our cheddar cheese with Frank's Red Hot sauce mixed with the caramel.
Oh, that's a perfect spin on it.
Yeah,
right.
It's great.
And I like that you guys have, some people just love cheese popcorn. So you have white, you have cheddar, then the same thing with the you have plain, the lightly salted, for the grumpy Gus.
That's
right.
right.
Want to try it. But like you said, your plain is still awesome. Right, the lightly salted. It's all profile that you guys are trying to create here. Mm-hmm. And that is the differentiator between you guys and everywhere else.
I think so.
Absolutely. We got plain, but you haven't had plain like you've had our plain.
Well, our logo is from plain to insane. Right. So we have everything from plain to insane. When our most insane is our Carolina Reaper. And actually, I always keep a notebook by my bed because I always like to wake up in the middle of the night for some reason and come up with some of these ideas. So in the middle of the night, we were trying to figure out logos and trying to figure out branding and names and stuff. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I have no idea why. but it was plain to insane.
Yeah, it's a great tagline.
2:30 in the morning.
Well,
so I wrote it down on my notepad and woke up the next morning. I told Carla, I said, I know what our slogan is.
And it's not funny, like you have to have one. And if it's not right, again, it's a synergy, and that's perfect.
Yeah.
And that number can change as many times as
it already has.
Yeah. So I saw you're older, from 20 to 30.
20, yeah. So now we're up to 37 flavors in it, so we're going to probably change that pretty soon to 40.
Eventually, it'll be 99.
We'll wait till all these labels run out first.
Before you introduce anything else.
So here actually is kind of like our little story here that we told on our board. So here's our basement. So this is our basement here, and we had one. Oh, here. This is.
Oh, that's great.
So that's our basement.
Ah, it's beautiful. That's cool that you guys have that.
And this is our opening day last year. So that's myself, Joey, and my nephew Jack.
And that's a really big moment,
Yeah.
For starting on your kitchen stove to there is a journey.
Yeah.
Right. And how many years were we talking? 4?
From 16, almost 4 years, going 3.5 years.
Right. And in that 3.5 years, you probably didn't really, you knew where you were headed, but to get here in that reality, it's no different than anything else. Like the reality of that moment, like, oh my God, that's our store.
Yeah.
That's our shop. This is our life. This is like not an idea in my head anymore. I manifested this, And
it actually it happened faster than I thought it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I wanted it to happen, but it did happen a lot faster than I anticipated. I'm not complaining.